Hello and welcome back to Pokemon Soul Silver. Now you might be thinking, Pokemon Soul Silver? What happened to one trainer versus the world? Well, it's quite simple. One trainer versus the world ended. We are now in the postscript season of non-canonness, or PSONK for short. On second thought, that is a terrible name and I probably shouldn't use it. Now, basically, I wanted to just get back to this game and do some more stuff because, well, basically, I wanted to try and use the Avengers some more. Because, I mean, come on, from their one episode, they were cool. That said, seeing how this is now post-game stuff, I'm going to apply a slight rule change. The level limit no longer applies. Why? Basically because Kanto is so absurdly inconsistent with its levels that I figure it would just be an annoyance to try and stick to it. Also, while this run strictly speaking is just continuing straight on from the last Soul Silver video, I would probably recommend watching all of the other seasons that I did in between as well. Because sure, even though this is non-canon and none of that technically happened at this point, I'm probably going to reference it anyway. Also, I have been doing a little bit of playing on this file in the meantime, but nothing that really actually interferes with the gameplay in any way. I pretty much just tried to hack in a few Pokemon so that I could basically get some footage for my encounter with the level 100 Shiny Arceus in Platinum. So, if you look through my Pokédex in this game... Alright, I don't have the national dex, so actually I won't at the moment have a level 100 Shiny Arceus registered as being owned in this game. Still, as soon as I get the national Pokédex, that will in fact be in there. So yeah, that is a thing. Now then, just to head off to Kanto then, I suppose. Because, you see, for some reason, in this version of reality, I am no longer banned from Kanto. Why? I don't know. That just sort of happened. Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to do anything else in this game, so yeah. Now, it's been quite a while since I actually played this game, so I sure hope that I will be able to get back into things quickly enough. I should probably take a look at what my team was actually like again, though. Yes, that is not terrible. That is not terrible at all. I'll have to remember the fact that Tim and Eneru have choice items, though, so that I don't foolishly use them for stuff that they can't really handle, because they can only use one move. Because that would be lame. Well, I wonder how long it's going to take here before the game crashes again. Because as we all know, that has a tendency to happen in this particular game. Whoa, excuse me, I was in a hurry. My granddaughter is missing. She's just a wee girl. If you see her, please let me know. Missing granddaughter, eh? Sure, I care so much about that. Well, that's how long it took. Okay, I sure hope that the graphics are going to fix themselves by the time this battle starts. I mean, it might. It's happened before. It seems like it happened now. I was about to say that I am now facing the director of The Dark Knight, but no, that's Christopher Nolan, not Noland. So, instead, I am fighting that one guy from One Piece that one time. That is the most descriptive way of putting it ever, obviously. A golem. I feel not safe dealing with this golem. It's entirely likely that it will explode. So, who can best tank an explosion? I mean, reasonably it would be Eneru, but honestly the most likely thing to happen here right now is that it will actually use a earthquake or something, so going to have to look at my stats here. Just in... Wait, if it's more likely to use Earthquake, then Umbridge, obviously. I mean, it's not like she can actually fight it, but... she takes no damage from the Earthquake. And with that, now I can check how the defenses of my other Pokemon stack up. Right. Merlin should probably be able to deal with its stuff fine. Now, please do not explode in my face! Rollout. Well, that's terrifying in its own right, but... Merlin, use Surf! It's doubly super effective. That should kill it. Also, in the time since I've last played this game, the Virtual Console versions of Gold and Silver came out, and I also did like a Nuzlocke of Gold. Man, Kanto was absurdly easy in Gold. Because seriously, aside from the final gym, nothing in the entire region even matches up to the champion. Which is, you know, kind of absurd. Like, you have to fight through the entirety of the Pokemon League in order to then face a bunch of trainers who are way weaker than the Pokemon League. And then you have to grind like crazy in order to get to Red. Except from what I've seen, certain people have been able to fight Red just fine even without grinding because his team is kind of terrible. Well, I suppose I just gotta continue searching for that guy's granddaughter. Because as usual, the game insists on trying to make me a good person, even though I am not a good person. I am in fact an evil person. Though, of course, if this had actually been continuing on from the other runs, then I wouldn't be an evil person anymore. But again, all of Vega's later character development hasn't happened yet, so at this point, your team is on fire still exists. And she is still the leader of it. And she is still pure evil. And I just completely spoiled what happened if you didn't watch my run of Black 2, so... Muhuhahaha, I sure hope you watched my run of Black 2. Not that really Vega stopping to be an evil person was really that much factored into the story in the first place. I mean, right, Surf hits everyone. I mean, like, I mostly just had the level 100 Shiny Arceus say it at the end of the game because I hadn't quite managed to make it clear enough in the story, aside from making her stop telling everyone that she was going to murder them all the time. Which, to be fair, people did actually pick up on that, so I suppose it wasn't entirely the worst character arc ever devised. I have not been recording for quite a while. I am having a bit of a hard time getting back into the swing of actually talking about things. Ugh. And through the entire game, I finally actually managed to be somewhat decent at talking about things too. Now I will have to reclaim that ability. So that's inconvenient. Now you're either going to have fire types or electric types. It could go either way. Fire types. Okay then. In that case, Merlin is fine. I mean, oh, that's not a fire type at all, but Merlin is still fine. And in this case, he would actually be better than the alternative, which would be Tim, because he has psychic moves. And Tim does not have psychic moves, I think. Oh yeah, and I mentioned earlier that I did a Nuzlocke of Gold. That battle with the Golem just now actually gave me some slightly terrifying memories from my run of Gold. For you see, on the SS Aqua run during that Gold run, I fought that guy with a Golem, and his Golem exploded in my face, scoring a critical hit on my Umbreon, who survived with like 16 HP. So that was kind of insane. I suppose that's just a testament to how bulky Umbreon is, and I suppose the fact that I was way over-leveled compared to him might have helped. but even then, it was a scary incident regardless. And I was quite happy that my Umbreon did not die. Incidentally, said Umbreon's name was Alamasok. Why? For the same reason that I had an Espeon named Endicians in Platinum. I literally just went to a random nonsense word generator and used that to decide its name. Because, I don't know, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Now, Psychic types. Do I have anything specifically good against Psychic types? I mean, I should, being that one of the Elite Four was a Psychic type user, but... aside from Umbridge, I actually don't. Meh. I'll just have Merlin continue fighting then. Yeah, switching into Umbridge at that point would have been a very dumb idea indeed. And I mean, seriously, relatively speaking, I have not had that Crobat for very long in terms of in-game time. I mean, seeing how I finished this run months and months ago, strictly speaking, I have had Umbridge for a very long time, but you know, I haven't gotten a whole lot of chances to use her. Which kind of seems to be the common fate of Crobat. They are very nice to have, but they rarely end up being like super awesome on their own. I mean, in Black 2, did Carl even do anything against the Pokemon League? Wait, no, I don't even have to ask that question. I know he didn't. Because the only ones who really did anything in that particular Pokemon League run were the ladies. Well, and Kitan, but you know, he died because I made a tragic miscalculation. So, it was mostly just the ladies who did stuff. And Carl was not one of the ladies, so he didn't really do anything. I don't think I even sent him out, come to think of it. And indeed, I am immediately talking a lot about the stuff that happened in other runs that took place after Soul Silver, so... yeah. Spoilers. Spoilers everywhere. Now, I feel like I should switch who is up front, so that Umbridge gets a chance to actually fight. Also, I remember that at the end of my main run of this game, I kind of complained that there was so much stuff in this game where I wasn't able to truly do all the stuff I wanted to do because of like items being post-game exclusive and such. I feel like now, having played the original Gold and having that fresh in memory, I can't really complain about the remakes, because the originals were so much worse. I mean, not specifically in terms of items, though the complete and utter lack of evolutionary stones was annoying, but by God, the movesets in the original games were terrible. Like, pretty much every time I had a death, I had such a hard time finding a decent replacement. Not because of, like, not having strong Pokemon, but due to having Pokemon that didn't learn anything. I had a Nidoqueen who was stuck with Mud Slap as her only ground move through pretty much the entire freaking game. Or I mean, she got Earthquake at Victory Road, and from that point on she was finally able to realize her full potential. And her only poison move ever was Poison Sting, which, you know, is even worse. So, yeah, that was a recurring problem. Oh, and also, in that run, my team never changed from the Pokemon League all the way up to my battle with Red. I am hoping that that will still be the case here, but seeing how Kanto is considerably stronger in this game, I am not sure that will actually be the case. But we shall see, I suppose. At least I know that in my previous run of Soul Silver, which was done on an actual cartridge and was a kind of sort of egg lock that I believe I've mentioned before, I had plenty of deaths during Kanto. But then that was just because I was generally not very good at the game at that point. I mean, that was actually the first time I had ever properly played Soul Silver, so it was a semi-blind run. So of course I did kind of terribly. Hello there. You are not the granddaughter I'm looking for. Alright, she's talking to the captain. You are just some person whom I now am going to beat up. And it has occurred to me again. This game has a tendency to crash. I should probably save soon, just in case it crashes on me. Aqua Ring. Ugh. This just gives me bad memories of trying to catch certain legendaries. Specifically Kyogre in Alpha Sapphire and Tapu Fini in Sun and Moon. Why, Game Freak? Why would you give a wild legendary Aqua Ring? That is just the most evil thing you could possibly do. It makes it practically impossible to keep them at low enough HP where you can reliably throw Pokeballs at them. Reliably, I say. I mean, even in the best of times, a legendary's catch rate is absurdly low. So, yeah, it's always annoying. But it's even more annoying when they are constantly regaining health. Seriously, why would you do that? It's a terrible idea. Stop it. Please never do that again. But of course they're going to do that again. Because sometimes Game Freak just hates us. Oh, hello, granddaughter whom I'm looking for. Get back to your grandpa. No! I never said I was going to play hide and seek with you. I told you to go back to your grandpa. So now I am going to find you. And then I am going to beat you up. And then you will have to go back to your grandpa. And then you are going to say that you got injured from tripping and falling or something. Because I don't want to be known as a child abuser. Even though I have had a child abuser on my team before. But, yeah. I'd rather not be known for that. Seeing how I'm still trying to pretend that I'm a good guy. That metal coat. It might be useful, it might not be useful. Powers up steel type moves. Which of the choice items is Eneru currently holding? Which is to say, what does the choice scarf actually do? Apparently I can't just check that from there, so I'm going to have to take it from him. And then see again what it does. It boosts speed. You know, considering how Eneru isn't super fast, I'd say that is actually fine. I do wish I could get Eneru to evolve into a Magnezone, but I can't get Eneru to evolve into a Magnezone. Because they never programmed in a way for that to happen in these games. Which is a bit dumb. I mean, it's better than what they did in Fire Red and Leaf Green, I suppose, where Crobat is completely inaccessible for no reason until you've cleared the main story. But it's still kind of dumb that they wouldn't make it so that there is any area where you can get a Magnezone. Right, I am now in Kanto. And with that, it is time to see if I can get something awesome. Wait, do I even have Pokeballs? I feel like I might have sold them. Ah, no, I didn't. I have plenty of them. Though, I suppose I don't have anyone to use False Swipe or anything at this point, and over here is a Snorlax. Which I remember from previous encounters with Snorlaxes. They have a tendency to be an awful pain in the neck to fight. Now, up here is an actual route where I can actually catch something. I already have a Meowth, so you are not being caught. Also, man, that kind of awesome remix of the Kanto Wild Encounter theme. It's cool. You might say it's kind of awesome. And you might say that that was a horribly redundant way to put it. But still. Goodbye, Meowth. Now, is there something else in here that I could potentially get instead? Actually, maybe I should just look it up, because I feel like the grass might actually have absolutely nothing. In the grass, there are Abra, Magnemite, Pidgey, Bellsprout, Meowth, and Oddish. How many of those don't I already have? And, yeah, aside from that, what else could I get? Psyduck and Golduck via surfing? Not super tempting. I could get Pineco or Combi via headbutts, but I'm more likely to just get a Hoot. So, I'm just going to continue running through the grass and see if I find something. And if I don't, no real harm done. Apparently I do not have an Oddish. And you are a dude, so you definitely cannot be another Bell. I mean, in effect it could be another Bell, but it definitely shouldn't be called that, because it's a dude. Though, that gives me an idea, I suppose. His name shall be Maurice. Because at this point I have completely abandoned the magic naming theme. Although, I mean, Maurice was the father of Belle, who is of course the main character of Beauty and the Beast, and there is magic in that story, so it makes about as much sense as Dudley, I suppose. But yeah, I'm not going to bother actually trying to stick to the magic theme anymore. It got annoying. Now, if I am not mistaken, the route to the east of here might give me another chance at getting a Vulpix. And this time, I shall not fail. Because seriously, all the failures in trying to get Vulpix got really kind of old after a while. Ah, but it seems like the world has ended. And... oh, god damn it! I didn't manage to save the fact that I got Maurice. Well, in that case, I suppose I'm going to have to try and re-catch Maurice. Vega has returned to Kanto because she's not banned anymore for some reason, but unfortunately her progress was stopped by glitches. Will she be able to progress next time? Find out!